coming to you for the past 7 days to worship and to praise you. We ask, oh God, that our praises be acceptable. And every one of us will not remain the same, but will be a living testimony. Thank you, Heavenly Father. And this last day of the 7 days of high praise is therefore declared open in the name of God the Father, the name of God the Son, and the name of God the Holy Ghost. With the joy of the Lord and with the clapping of vision, let's have the praise team. Put your hands together for Jesus.
Hallelujah. Let's lift up our hands as we bless the Lord. The Lord has brought us through 6 days of these praises, and today is the last day. Can we bless the Lord who reserves the best for the last? We bless you, Father. We bless you, Father. We bless you, Father.
Thank you, Jesus.
We thank you because our worship has gone up to you. We thank you because our praises have gone up to you. We thank you, Jesus, because we are not remaining the same again. We thank you, Jesus. Can you bless the Lord? Can you bless the Lord? Because now there is a shift. Now there is a transformation. Father, we bless you. Lord, we bless you. Lord, we bless you. Lift your hands, lift your voice and declare the praises of God. Jehovah, we worship you. Jehovah, we bless you. Jehovah, we thank you. Oh, we give you glory. We give you glory. We give you glory. Declare the praises of God. We bless you, Father. Let those hands be waved to the Lord. Wave those hands above your heads. Wave them to Jehovah. Let the Lord feel your worship. Let the fragrance of your worship rise to him. Let the fragrance of your worship rise to him. The fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Thunders, lightning, and quakes were the response to my worship. The fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Noises, thunderings, earthquakes were the response to my worship. I said the fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Noises, thunderings, earthquakes were the response to my worship. First it was fragrance, then it turned to fire. My worship is my weapon. This is how I win my battles. I said first it was fragrance, then it turned to fire. My worship is my weapon. This is how I win my battles. We've been praising God for the Lord. Please, I want the beats to be in sync and to be full. Thank you. Can you lift your hands and declare it? The fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Noises, thunderings, and quakes were the response to my worship. Fragrance of my worship. Fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Rose up to the Father. Yes. Noises, thunderings, and quakes were the response to my worship. First it was fragrance. Oh, then it turned to fire. My worship is my weapon. My worship is my weapon. This is how I win my battle. This is how I win my battle. Hey, first it was fragrance. First it was fragrance. It has turned to fire. Then it turned to fire. My worship is my weapon. My worship is my weapon. This is how I win my battle. This is how I win my battle. Hey, first it was fragrance. First it was fragrance. It has turned to fire. Then it turned to fire. risen to the Father. Thunderings, noises, earthquakes, and the response to my worship. I said the fragrance of my worship has risen to the Father. Noises, thunderings, earthquakes, and the response to my worship. Oh, first it was fragrance, it has turned to fire. My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battle.
This is how I win my battle.
Hey, first it was fragrance,
First it was fragrance,
it has turned to fire.
and it turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battle.
This is how I win my battle.
Hey, first it was fragrance,
First it was fragrance,
it has turned to fire.
and it turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battle.
This is how I win my
I
battle.
say first it was fragrance.
First it was fragrance,
This is the seventh day that starts
and
on
it
fire.
turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my
This is
battle.
how I win my battle.
First it was fragrance.
First it was fragrance,
Now it has turned to
and it
fire.
turned to fire.
My worship is my
My
arsenal.
worship is my weapon.
This is how.
This is how I win my battle.
Hey, this is how I win.
Win.
This is how I win. Oh, this is worship.
Release upon the earth.
Oh, this is how I win.
This is how I win.
This is how I win. This is how I win.
How I win.
Amana makobele kana manela bana shana.
Worship
Released upon.
upon the earth.
Oh, this is how I win my battles.
How I win.
This is how I win my battles.
This is how I win.
Are there winners in this house? Can you tell the Lord?
Of my worship.
The smoke of my worship has been released.
Upon the earth.
Oh, this is how I win.
This is how I win.
I win today. I win forever. Oh, this is how I win.
Fragrance of my worship. Release upon the earth.
Say, this is how I win. Oh,
This is how I win. This is how I win.
just lift me at the altar to win.
Fragrance of my worship.
Just lift me at the altar to win.
Upon the earth.
I said, this is how I win my
This
battles.
is how I win.
Hey,
This is how I win.
this is how I rise in life.
Fragrance of my worship. Release
This is how I win. Oh, this is how I win.
This is how I win.
Oh, this is how I win. This is how I win.
This is how I win.
In the presence of Yeshua, this is how I win.
This is how I win.
When I lift my hands to bless His name, this is how I win. Amalekete barana manana. Oh, this is how I win.
This is how I win. This is how I win.
When I come before the presence of my
This
Father,
is how I win.
oh, this is how. Oh, when I come to the altar,
Win. This is how.
when I lift my hands, when I lift my voice to praise Him,
This is how I win.
hey,
This is how
I'm unstoppable, I'm unmovable. This is how I win.
Win.
Just lift me to worship, just lift me to bless His name. This is how I win. Hey,
This is how
I'm winning now. Arabako bele sotala. Oh, this is how I win. No,
This is how win.
nothing can come against me now. I said this is how I win.
This is how win.
Hey,
This is how win.
this is how I win. No,
Win. This is how.
this is how I win my battles. This is how I win.
This is how I win.
First it was fragrance, then it turned to fire. My worship is my weapon. This is how we win our battles. First it was fragrance, it has turned to fire. My worship is my weapon. Oh, this is how we win our battles. When first it was fragrance,
First it was fragrance,
it has turned to fire.
and it turned to fire.
My worship is my
My
arsenal.
worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my
This is
battles.
how I win my battle.
Hey, first it was fragrance.
First it was fragrance,
It has melted to fire before
and it
the Lord.
turned to fire.
My worship is my
My
weapon.
worship is my weapon.
This is how, this is how.
This is how I win my battle.
It has turned to my
And it
fire.
turned to fire.
Now it has turned to my
My
weapon.
worship is my
This
weapon.
is how I win in
This is how I
life.
win my battle.
Oh, first it was fragrance.
First it was
Then it
fragrance,
turned to fire.
and it turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battle.
This is how I win my battle.
Yeah, first it was fragrance.
First it was
It has
fragrance,
done, it has done,
and
it
it
has
turned
done.
to fire.
My worship is my
My
weapon.
worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battle.
This is how I win my battle.
You're going to sing it this way. First it was fragrance. It has turned to fire. My worship is my weapon. Oh, this is how I win my battles. First it was fragrance.
First it was fragrance,
It has turned to fire.
it has turned to
Yeah,
fire.
my worship is my
My
weapon.
worship is my weapon.
Now I win, now I win, now I win my battle. Hey, first it was fragrance.
First it was fragrance,
It has turned to
and it
fire.
turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battle.
Now I win my battle.
First it was fragrance.
First it was fragrance,
This is the seventh day it has turned to
and it
fire.
turned to fire.
My worship is my defense.
My worship is my weapon.
Now I win my battle.
Now I win my battle.
First it was fragrance.
First it was
It
fragrance,
has turned to fire.
and it turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battles.
This is how I win my
For the
battle.
last time, first it was fragrance.
First it was
It has
fragrance,
turned to fire.
and it turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win.
This is how I win my battles.
I don't think you understand my points tonight. You've been coming here for the past 7 days, and now it's time to claim your victory, and you're just standing. It's time to claim your victory, and you're just standing. While I was preparing, the Lord dropped the song on my heart, and as I began to meditate on it, I realized it's just tailor-made for this day. We've been coming for the past 6 days, and this is the day we win our battles. The Lord told Joshua, he told him to instruct the Israelites to go around the wall, saying nothing. They marched for 6 days, and on the 7th day, the wall fell down flat. We've been coming to this mountain, we've been going round and round praising the Lord, letting his high praise rise. And today, the 7th day, we thank him because the walls are coming down. Whatever walls they are, whether they are the walls of fear, whether they are the walls of sicknesses, whether they are the walls of manipulations, whether they are the walls of witchcraft, whether they are the walls of evil bloodline patterns, tonight they are coming down. I want you to sing like a winner. I want you to sing like somebody who came here with expectations to receive something. I want you to sing like Jacob. Jacob wrestled with that angel. He said, I would not let you go until you bless me. This is the day you claim your victory. Your victory is there for you to claim. I want you to sing the song. The song is deliberate. It's a deliberate song. And that's why I'm taking my time to explain to us why the song was raised. I want you to claim your victory. I won't say more than that. We are here for ourselves. The fragrance of my worship rose up to the Father. Noises, thunderings, earthquake, where the rest my worship. Fragrance of my worship. It has risen,
rose up to the Father.
oh,
Noises hundreds at me.
hey,
But a response to my worship.
fragrance of my worship.
Fragrance of my
Has
worship.
risen to the Father.
Rose up to the Father.
Noises hundreds
at me.
oh,
But a response
in the realm of the
to my
spirit, fragrance of my worship
fragrance of my
has
worship.
risen to the Father.
Rose up to the Father.
Oh,
Noises
the
hundreds
enemies, they are hearing the noises, lightnings and earthquakes. Hey, first it was fragrance, it has turned, it has turned to fire. My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battles.
This is how I win my battle.
Oh, first it was fragrance,
First it was fragrance.
it has turned to fire.
And it turned to fire.
My worship is my weapon.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my battles.
This is how I win my battle.
Hey, for us it was fragrance.
First it was fragrance.
It has done, it has done,
It
it
has
has done.
turned to fire.
It has risen to the Father.
My worship is my weapon.
This is how I win my
This
battles.
is how I win my battle.
Yeah, this is how I win, win. This is how I win. Arabake posene manaya.
This is how I win, win. This is how I win.
This is how I win my battles.
This is how I win,
Hey.
This is how I win.
This is how I win my battles.
This is how I win. This is how I
This
win.
is how I win. This is how I win.
This is how I win.
Abako bele kadosha. No more will my destiny be limited.
This is how I win.
Hey.
This is how I
No
win.
more will my head be bowed in shame.
This is how I win. This is how I
No longer will the enemies prevail over me.
win. This is how I
No longer will I be defeated.
This is how I win. This is how I
This is how I win. This is how I win.
This is how I win.
Arabakete kelemanasha. This is how I win. This is how I win.
This is how I win.
Hey, what happened before will no longer hold
This is
me.
how I win. This is how I win.
What kept me before will no longer keep
This is
me.
how I win. This is how I win.
Mountains are crumbling, walls are falling. I make all Salamanasha. Oh, mountains are crumbling, walls are falling. Jericho has come down right now. Abakele mano shendelada. The enemies now they are fleeing. They are fleeing. They are fleeing. Oh, this is how I win.
This is how
This is how I win. Can you give him a dance? Give him a dance. Oh, this is how I win. Oh, hey.
This is how
When I dance, when I praise him, hey.
This is how
When I lift my voice to bless
This
his
is how
name.
This is how
Now I am favored.
This is how
Now I am favored.
This is how
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day.
This is how
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. I say it's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. Amino menina mana manosha. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day.
This is how
It's a new season. It's a new day.
This is how
It's a new season, it's a new day.
This is how
It's a new season, it's a new day.
This is how
It's a new season, it's a new day.
This is how
This is how I win.
This is how we.
Can you give him a winning jump? Give him a winning jump. Arabakosen. This is how I win. This is how I win.
This is how
I win. Hey.
This is how
I win my battle.
This is how we.
In the presence. This is how I win my battles. This is how I win my battles. This is the secret of my winning life. This is how I win my battles. This is how I win my battles.
This is how we.
See the angels all around me now. Angels on assignment all around my life. Angels on assignment all around my life.
This is how we.
It's a new season. It's a new day. 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 Let's go.
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season.
It's a new day. Let's go.
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season.
It's a new day. It's a new.
It's a new season. It's a new day.
Yes.
It's a new season. It's a new day.
It's a new season. It's a new season. By the power of the Holy Ghost. By the power of Yeshua.
It's a new day. It's a new season.
It's a new day. Yes.
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new.
Everybody.
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day.
One more time.
It's a new season. It's a new day.
You are the prophet over your life. Speak. Son of man, what do you see? Son of man, what do you see? Say.
It's a new season. It's a new
The
day.
cloud has gone away.
It's a new
The clouds are rolling away.
season.
Hey,
It's a new season. It's a new
the
day.
veil is gone.
It's a new season. It's a new
The veil is
It's
torn.
a new season. It's a new
The veil
day.
is gone.
Season. It's a new day.
It's a new season.
season.
Hey,
It's a new day.
it's a new season.
It's a new day.
It's a new season. Yes.
It's a new season. It's a new day.
One more time.
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day.
It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. Fresh anointing coming my way. Fresh favor all around me. Hey, fresh anointing coming my way. Fresh favor all over me. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. Can you just take a minute to just pray in the Holy Ghost, somebody? Open up your mouth and pray in the Holy Ghost. If you can't pray in the Holy Ghost, prophesy over your life. You shouldn't be quiet in this atmosphere. If you're waiting for the spectacular to happen, I don't know what else you want. If you can't pray in the Holy Ghost, just prophesy over your destiny. Prophesy over your life. I promene kasuze takana feshala manana. I kaparama supena kabalele meno susu. Aha zeketele marado shandela bakana ya. The way you are prophesying, can the realm of the Spirit feel you? Can the realm of the Spirit hear you that way? Meketa labado shandela baleko masusu. I kapaleke tobele kerivanaya. Etomaneke beloshele katasa. Ikala hadazatuzu. Enakina masude kamanana. Eria makalo shandalaba. Uwara hasusia tana kalaba shandaya. Ebrakalebo sopena kalebere. Zulea tekede de dosh. Eta komele kesoso. Aha zatana feleke rebelosha. Ikamana supele nene de kobaha. Ikoberos watatataya. Thank you, Jesus. It's a new season. It's a new day. 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 Hallelujah. We are going to seal it with a hot dance. Even if you don't feel like dancing, dance. That's my advice for you. Hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Are we ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Chotzi ready. Hallelujah. Are we ready? Holy are you, Lord. All creation call you God. Worthy is your name. We worship your majesty. Oh, awesome God, how great thou art. You alone, mighty are your miracles. We're standing of your holy name. Lord, we bow and we worship. Lord, we bow and worship you. We say, holy are you, Lord. Bow, oh yeah, Lord, we bow and worship. Lord, we bow and we worship. Lord, we bow and worship you. Lord, we bow. Lord, we bow and worship you. Lord, we bow and we worship you. Lord, we bow. Oh yeah, forever. One more time. This is the time to dance. Cast the crown. worthy. Father, we exalt your name. Somebody, can you give him a dance? Generation after generation keep praising you. Yes, no word sounds you. Hey, then I asked the Lord, what name suits you? Hey, and he said, oh, Jesus, generation after generation. Oh, keep praising you. Yes, no word sounds you. Hey, then I asked the Lord, what name suits you? And he said, yeah, you are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. Jehovah, you are Yahweh. Alpha and Omega. You are the beginning, you are the end. Oh Lord, you are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. Jesus, you are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. Can you lift him up and say, you are Yahweh, Alpha and Omega. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh, Alpha and Omega. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh, Alpha and Omega. You are Yahweh, Alpha and Omega. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yẹn. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yẹn. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yẹn. Ẹ ṣé o, ayé ọpẹ́ padà yọ. Ẹ ṣé Jésù. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. We've come to sing. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. We've come to bless your name. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. Ẹ ṣé o, ayé ọpẹ́ padà yọ. Ẹ ṣé Jésù. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. Lórí ayé wa. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. Ẹ ṣé ayé ọpẹ́ padà yọ. We are singing unto the Lord. We are singing hallelujah. 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 Somebody live for joy. Jumping hallelujah. Jumping hallelujah. Jumping hallelujah. Jumping hallelujah. Father, we rejoice in your name. Oh, yeah, demonstrate it now. The God that fills everywhere with himself. What do I continue to call you to? You are bigger than the biggest. You are mightier than the mighty. Lord, you are greater than the greatest. What do I continue to call you to? Show me the size of your own God. One more time. Show me the size of your own God. Hey. Break it down. Break it down. Oh yeah. This guy got another one. 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 I want you to grab a neighbor now. Grab somebody, grab somebody. I am very happy, oh. These faces I'm seeing, see the way they are frowning at me. Are you happy? Hey! Hey, I am very happy, oh. Always happy, sir.
Always happy, oh.
I am very happy, oh. I am always happy.
Very happy, oh.
I am always happy.
Very happy, oh.
I am always happy, oh.
Very happy, oh.
Anytime they say, let us go to the house of the Lord. Ori mi normal. Ori mi agogo. Ori mi dun bang 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 bang. Hey, I go dey follow you dey go. Hey, who is following Jesus with me now? Hey, I go dey follow you dey go. Mo ní gbogbo tí mo ń dúpẹ́ lé lórí lóhùn yé mi. Hey, thank you, Jesus. Gbogbo tí mo ń dúpẹ́ lé lórí kò lè yé wọn rárá rárá rárá. Gbogbo tí mo ń dúpẹ́ lé lórí. Olúwa ló ṣe mí lóore. Ó ṣe pamọ́ra. Èdùmàrè ṣe mí lógo. Ó ṣe pamọ́ra. Olúwa ló ṣe mí lógo sẹ́. Ó ṣe shebe, shebe, money shebe, shebe, money shebe, 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 ani shebe mini, money shebe mini, money shebe mini, money shebe, money shebe, shebe mi loya mi mo sheyi Jesu mi o. Decree upon that song, whatever wants to take our praise from my mouth will get out of our lives from today. I will not see it again. In the name of Jesus.
reject everyone.
Arana melekede bodo shadalada.
Ló fi ṣàrà fún mi.
Nítorí.
Ó ra àdúgbà. Ìrìwò ìrírí. Tí mo rí làwọn kan rí.
Kábíyèsí.
Ṣùgbọ́n àánú tí mo rí làwọn kò rí gbà.
You're not going to jump and you're going to say, Morawara, Nayafi.
Morio.
Kábíyèsí. Morio. Morishara, Nayafi. Just
Morio.
bí mo tilẹ̀ dé.
Fàánù gbà mí. Ẹ ṣé o. Bí mo tilẹ̀ dé, fàánù gbà mí. Ẹ ṣé o.
Morawara. Oh my King, thank you for today. Thank you for this day. Thank you for your grace. Oh, Bekete, how balado. Hey, aṣíwájú wo gbogbo ẹ̀yin ni tọ́kàndú. See my life, oh, Lord, I'm grateful. My testimony, by your grace. Ọpẹ́ ni níjà kẹrù ọ̀rọ̀ níjà. Ọlọ́run mi, my comforter. Mo ríre gbà ó.
Ó ṣe mí lóore, oríire gbà ó.
Ó jẹ́ máa gbáre tiẹ̀ báyìí. Mo ní mo ríre mo ti ríre tó mi gbà.
Ó ṣe mí lóore, oríire gbà ó.
Break it down. Oya, Jésù kórè dà sílẹ̀. Jésù kórè dà sílẹ̀. Jésù kórè dà sílẹ̀. Ó ti kọ́ ọmọ sílẹ̀. Ó ti kówó sílẹ̀. Ó ti kó márẹ́jì. Ó ti káyọ̀ sílẹ̀. Ó ti kórè sílẹ̀. Jésù kórè dà sílẹ̀. Mo kọ́ tiẹ̀ mọ́ tèmi. Mo kọ́ tiẹ̀ mọ́ tèmi. Aranamale bako selemano shadale barakado shadaya. Ó jẹ́ máa hẹ́ sí ẹ báyìí. Jésù kórè dà sílẹ̀. This is the last one. Mo ní ire mi dé, ire ayọ̀.
Ire mi káàbọ̀, ire mi wọlé.
Ire mi dé,
Ire ayọ̀, ire mi káàbọ̀, ire mi wọlé.
ire mi ti dé.
Ire mi dé, ire ayọ̀, ire mi káàbọ̀, ire mi wọlé.
Ire mi ti dé.
Ire mi dé,
Ire mi ti dé.
ire ayọ̀, ire mi káàbọ̀, ire mi wọlé.
Ire mi ti dé.
Ire mi dé, ire ayọ̀, ire mi káàbọ̀, ire mi wọlé.
We are saying thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, my Lord.
We are saying thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, my Lord.
We are saying thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, my Lord.
We are saying thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, my Lord.
I want all of us to bless Jesus together. Can you get on your knees wherever you are? Let's honor this Jesus. Lord, we bless your name. We bless you, Lord. We are saying thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. We are saying thank you,
Thank you, my Lord.
We are saying thank you, Jesus. We say
Thank you, my Lord.
so down, okay, bye. Ẹni a fi ọpẹ́ àwa fún. Ọlọ́run tó dá àwọn Ọlọ́run mímọ́ mímọ́ nínú àwọn ọ̀run Alpha àti Omega èmi ni tó ń jẹ́ èmi ni kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. Ọlọ́run Ọlọ́run àwọn Ọlọ́run mímọ́ mímọ́ ológo jùlọ El Shaddai Elohim Elyon ẹ̀yin ni a fi ọpẹ́ mi fún. Ta ni ó tún gbéga? Kò sẹ́ni tá a máa fọpẹ́ wa fún.
Kò ṣe bàbá.
Kò sẹ́nikẹ́ni tá a máa fi wọn fún.
Ta ni wọ́n tún fi
Araba ketekele bele bolo ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú. Tó dá àwọn òkè ìgbà. Ẹ̀yin ni a fi ọpẹ́ wa. We say halle, halle, hallelujah. Halle, halle, hallelujah. You are worthy of our worship. You are worthy of our praise. Lift your voice. Halle, halle, hallelujah. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. The one who was, the one who is. You are worthy of our praise. Without the instrument, lift it up. Halle, halle. Church, raise your voice to the Father. Let's join the angels and the elders to bless him. One more time. Halle, 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 halle. Lift it up, raise it higher, raise it higher. You are worthy, you are worthy. You are worthy of a praise. We give you and we worship you, Lord. We worship you. You are worthy to be praised. We give you and we worship you, Lord. We worship you, Lord. We worship you, Lord. You are worthy to be praised.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Jesus.
Father, we say thank you. Just wave your hands to the Lord. Just lift it to the Lord. Whatever it is, just lift it above your head. What anything you have to represent as a mantle, as a point of contact, just lift it to the Lord. If you have your handkerchiefs, lift it to the Lord. Just lift it, lift it, lift it. Oh, Father, we say thank you. Lift up Jesus. King of Kings. Lift up Jesus. He is Lord of Lords. Lift up Jesus. He is King of Kings. King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Lift up Jesus, hallelujah.
He is King of Kings.
Hallelujah.
Lift up Jesus.
Oh,
He is Lord of Lords.
hallelujah.
Lift up Jesus.
Oh,
He is King of Kings. King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
rise to your feet. I just have 3. Can you reduce every other thing there? Hallelujah. Glory to Jesus. Glory be to the name of Jesus. I want to prophesy 3 things to your lives. Are you with me? Raise up whatever you're having with you. Whatever it is you're having with you, just raise it up. I decree in the name of Jesus. Is somebody ready to catch? You will not return to where you started from. I don't know who I'm saying it to. In the name of Jesus, you will not return to where you started from. I say it again for you and for me. In the name of Jesus Christ, we shall not return to where we started from. The second declaration. I declare from today. Are you with me? Make sure your amen is the loudest. In the name of Jesus, for you and for me, from today, it shall be stressless victory. On every side of our lives, it shall be sweatless victory. In every areas of our lives, it shall be sweatless victory. Everyone's watching us live and everyone here today, I decree in the name of the Lord Jesus, it shall be sweatless victory. Oh, thank you, Heavenly Father. I decree in the name of the Lord Jesus. This is the third declaration. Okay, it's going to be 4. Everything that has brought you tears, everything that has brought you and I tears, in the name of the Lord Jesus, it is turned to joy. I decree it is turned to joy. 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 And this is the last declaration. In the name of Jesus Christ, from today, you and I will swim in wealth. I'll say it again. Everyone watching us live that is connected. In the name of Jesus, you and I will swim in wealth. You and I will swim in wealth. I say it for the last time. You and I will swim in wealth. Who is receiving it? You and I will swim in wealth. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' mighty name, we give thanks. Are you ready to shout 7 loudest hallelujah? With the instrument, are you ready to shout? Okay, without the instrument, I want God to hear our voices. Without the instrument, 7 loudest hallelujah. Make sure you're shouting the loudest of the hallelujah. Are you ready, somebody? Somebody shout hallelujah. That is, we are starting again. I want it to be the loudest, the loudest. I don't need to say much. If you praise God for 7 days and the last day meeting is your own fault. Are you getting it now? Are you ready now? You're going to shout it with the whole of your strength. Remember, they shouted and the wall of Jericho came down. Are you ready to shout? Give the Lord the loudest shout of hallelujah. 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 The last two ones, you are going to go with the instrument. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Give the Lord the loudest shout of hallelujah. And the last one, give the Lord the loudest shout of hallelujah. Walk up to, listen, walk up to at least 7 persons. Tell them, my blessing is mine. Say, my blessing has begun. Say, my miracle has begun. Walk up to 7 persons. Don't be a disobedient person. 7 persons. Walk up to 7 persons. Tell them, my miracle has begun. Walk up to another 7 persons. Tell them, my miracle has begun. My miracle has begun. My miracle has begun. I want to say this again. I'm a lenient man of God. But when, hold it, reduce all those instruments, reduce them all, whatever it is. Glory to Jesus. I think we've taught you how to reduce it. Glory to Jesus. Hallelujah. Glory be to Jesus. I said walk up to 7 people and tell them my miracle has begun. Some of you are standing where you are. If nothing happens, don't come back to pastor. You can't thank God for 7 days and an instruction follows and you're standing where you are. Walk up again to 7 people and say, my miracle has begun. 7 people. My miracle has begun. In the name of Jesus. My miracle has begun. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Heavenly Father. We give you all the glory. We give you all the praise. Thank you, Father. Baba, Arugo Ojo. Hello. Baba, Arugo Ojo. Your hands to two. Your hands to two. Your hands to two. I want to be hearing your clapping. Your hands. You are lawyer. Oluwa. You are lawyer. You are lawyer. You are lawyer. You are lawyer. Your hands to you. You are lawyer. 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 Oluwa. You are lawyer. Praise you. You are lawyer. Abba Haruko. You are lawyer.
ìwọ ló yẹ. Olúwa, ìwọ ló yẹ láti gba ògo. Ìwọ ló yẹ, ìwọ ló yẹ, ìwọ ló yẹ. Jésù, ìwọ ló yẹ láti gba ògo. Bàbá àgbà arúgbó ọjọ́, ìwọ ló yẹ láti gba ògo. Ìwọ ló yẹ. Bàbá àgbà arúgbó ọjọ́, ìwọ ló yẹ láti gba ògo. Ìwọ ló yẹ. Bàbá àgbà arúgbó ọjọ́, ìwọ ló yẹ láti gba ògo. Ìwọ ló yẹ. Bàbá àgbà aṣọ pé ẹ ṣe. Ìwọ ló yẹ láti gba ògo. Ìwọ ló yẹ.
I want to say it again. I want to say it again. The miracle has begun.
Amen.
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 Thank you, Heavenly Father.
Thank you, Lord.
In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
We didn't take offering from the beginning of the meeting. Everyone watching us live, wherever you are watching us from, if you want to give the Lord an offering today, you can send it to the church account. Make sure you give God an offering today. Give God something quality. Are you with me? You can send it to the church account. You can give it if you have it here. Bring out an offering to the Lord. Do fast. Let's do it fast. Thank you, Father. Just lift your offerings to the Lord as you are giving him an offering. Do it fast. Do it fast. Oh, thank you, Father. Make sure you give God a quality offering. I don't want to say many words today. Give God a quality offering. Some of you, your levels are changing. You don't know where power is at times. That's why some of you don't respond to the flow of the anointing. Please, there's something happening here. Are you with me, somebody? Are you giving the Lord your offering already? If you have an offering, give the Lord an offering. Make sure you give the Lord a tangible offering. Oh, thank you, Father. If you have your own here, just lift your hands. If you are sending it to the account, send it here. Thank you, Father. Now, do you hear what I heard now? If you like, I won't shout to say this one. The Lord says I should raise a millionaire for him now. And I'm going to say it in the name of Jesus Christ. There is somebody you desire so much to give, but you don't have. The Lord said I should raise a millionaire. He said, by your word, raise a millionaire. And I want to decree. He showed me the heart of somebody. He said that person did not have, but he desired to give. I decree the person is in this direction. In the name of the Lord Jesus, between now and next year, you be an ever-increasing millionaire. Oh, thank you, Father. For somebody else that can, okay, so I should not declare it again. That's it. Glory to Jesus. Lift your offerings above your head. Father, we say thank you. Glory to your holy name. We give you the praise tonight. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Just wave it to the Lord. Say, Father, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the miracle that has begun. If you are expectant at all, thank you for the miracle that has begun. Are you expectant at all? Which miracle do you want? What are you thanking him for? With your offering, thank him for those things. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Blessed be your name. Everyone watching us live, have you displayed the account of the church? All right. Thank you, Father. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Those offerings is therefore acceptable as a sweet-smelling savour to God in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' righteous name, we are prayed. All right, you can give your offerings to the Lord. Glory to Jesus. Once again, let's put our hands together for Jesus. Let's celebrate Jesus with a clap offering. Hallelujah. Amen. By the grace of God, 30 days of praises will kick off very soon after this one. 30 straight days of praise. This one we did it in-house. We didn't invite anyone from outside. We're going to invite the people that can also worship with us from outside for 30 solid days. Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus. You see, the Bible says there are people who don't know their time of visitation. So they stay on the same level. There are people who don't know their time of visitation. So they stay on the same level. In life, God always brings about similar opportunity to everybody, whether you're educated or not, whether you're from a good background or not. Similar opportunity to change lives, but your response to it is what matters. And one of those opportunities is what we are doing. Glory to Jesus. Some of us have done this kind of a thing and moved. I'm telling you the truth. We have moved. Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus. So I want you to make sure that you prepare yourself. You prepare yourself to shift to another level. Glory. Somebody say, I'm moving to another level. In the name of Jesus. Tomorrow in the church, I'll be announcing the date, or maybe or after it. Glory to Jesus. 30 straight days of praises. Somebody says something will happen. And my life will turn around for the best. In the name of Jesus. All right. Say after me, therefore. Okay, so therefore we come to the end of the 7 days of high praise. Okay, we have the prayer request. Raise it up to if you have your prayer request. That's an expectant person. Now, I want to pray for you personally. You are my son. In the name of Jesus, whatever, if I be a man of God, everything, I say it again, if I be a man of God, everything you wrote become your testimony. In the name of Jesus. Watch out for this boy. Except I'm not a man of God. Everything you wrote there. So I'm saying this personally. Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus. Raise up your prayer request. I decree in the name of Jesus Christ, by faith, every prayer request turn to testimony. They turn to testimonies. 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 Thank you, Father. We give you all the praise and honor. Drop it here, every one of you. Drop it here. Get a basket, then drop it in the basket there. Just put it in the basket, then put it in the front here. Thank you, Father. Just drop this prayer request fast. Drop it there. Oh, thank you, Jesus. If you have your own, drop it there, drop it there, drop it there. Be fast. Oh, we give you the praise. Can you just say to somebody again? Make sure you shake somebody. Say congratulations. Oh, thank you, Father. Hallelujah. Glory to Jesus. Thank you, Father. Somebody. Oh, thank you, Father. Well, the testimony people will share will convince you. That's all I will say. Glory to Jesus. So therefore we come to the end of 7 days of high praise in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. And as we prepare for the 30 days of high praise, we receive strength and glory in the name of Jesus. So say after me, therefore, let us come boldly to the throne of grace, where we will obtain the mercy and find grace to help in a time of need. The grace and fellowship, the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now forevermore. Amen. Surely God's goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Whatever mantle you have, keep it. It has become anointed. Anointed for whatever you use it for. Anointed for whatever you call it to do. In the name of Jesus.